Hi, and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto Podcast. My name's Chris, and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast. And in today's podcast, we're going to take a look at Genesis. Obviously, this is something that we've been covering for some time, highlighting the potential risks and the fact that we thought they were going to be going bankrupt. And lo and behold, they have filed for bankruptcy. So we're going to dig into this. There's a few more dominoes to fall, and I want to cover everything and give you my thoughts and opinions on how we expect things to progress and move forward. If you enjoy this sort of podcast, then mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget to jump in the Discord. It's absolutely free to join. There's over 6,300 people supporting one another navigate the space safely. It's a fantastic community, definitely worth immersing yourself in the community. Now, we do have 50% off 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏.com courses, things like Elliott Wave theory, crypto risk management, and building a crypto portfolio. Fantastic courses at 50% off is an absolute steal. There's only a few days left, like 2 days left really, for you to get your 50% off. So do check that out. Link is in the description of the video. Right, let's get down to the desktop. So we're going to start here, and that would be with Genesis. Crypto lender files for bankruptcy. And look, this is really interesting stuff. The ripple effect, obviously, a lot of this is to do with Three Arrows Capital, the FTX scenario, and much, much more. But this is something that should come as no surprise to our followers. One of the three Gs has collapsed. And we've been talking about this for well over a month and highlighting the risks. And I'm going to dig into it some more. So Genesis owes over $3.5 billion to top 50 creditors. So Genesis has over 100,000 creditors between the three of its companies that declared bankruptcy. So this is, what I've feared the most, right? Crypto exchange Gemini, trading giant Cumberland, Moon Alpha Finance, just to list a few. Now, this is something that I've had concerns over. I've raised it, and Gemini will probably be next, and it doesn't help that the SEC are also going after these. Again, I mentioned this before. I did say that, they are doing what they did to BlockFi, potentially the final nail in the coffin for the likes of Genesis and Gemini. It's almost like the SEC are part of trying to bring these companies down. And is it good for investors? I'll leave that as an open question for you. Obviously, this is my thoughts, my opinions, is that the SEC is not good for crypto and, potentially, puppets for traditional finance who are, the ones that, risk here. And we saw everything I detailed over the Bank of America the other day. So look, there's so much going on. It's really concerning. And, my concerns, should have been, the concerns of many others. I don't bring this stuff up just to scare people. As I keep saying, I want people to be kept safe in this space. A knock-on effect is that Cardano founder shows an interest in buying CoinDesk news service, but it's been offered at $200 million, and I think they only paid, like, was it 500,000, like $500,000 or something, in order to purchase to purchase the CoinDesk. That's pretty much what DCG paid for this asset. So this is rather interesting because Charles has always kind of talked about the fact that Cardano's never really been given a fair shot in the media. Well, if you own the media outlet, then you get your fair shot. So I like this move. Kind of something that I kind of expect would actually come to fruition. But let me know your thoughts, your opinions, and we'll see what actually happens. MakerDAO votes to keep Gemini USD in 𝗙 stablecoin reserves. This could, potentially be something that, is a concern moving forward for MakerDAO. Not sure why they would choose to do this. They have 85% of all GUSD in circulation. Maybe that's why they own, so much of it. They might be all right with that and be able to just, continue as normal. But, there are heaps and heaps of potentially impacted companies in this space because of everything Genesis, Gemini, and, I think that we're going to see some real struggles when it comes to Grayscale. Keep an eye on what the SEC do when it comes to Grayscale. I have some concerns that the SEC might look to do some sort of like enforcement action at some point when it gets close to that final nail needing to be hammered home. The SEC seem to be absolute dons when it comes to, getting their management fee of looking after retail investors and making sure that this is a fair, level playing field. My opinion, go do your research and let me know your thoughts and your opinions on everything the SEC and those scumbags that run it. Look, there's very few things that myself and Ben Armstrong agree on. But Sam Bankman-Fried was one, and the SEC and their antics is another. Let's move on to some of their antics, segue into it nicely from Jeremy Hogan. The SEC charges Nexo for its lending product and settles with them in the same day, a $45 million collection. But isn't Nexo an exchange? What about those numerous securities that Nexo is unlawfully selling to US citizens? That's okay now. I'm confused. And what I would say is it's play to play. Pay to play in this sector of cryptocurrency, right? If you are going to pay, the SEC will make sure that you are looked after and you're going to do well. Interesting to see all this stuff happen, right? Do let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comments below. What I would say is, and again, an important message from me, preserve your capital. Do not be buying in to these absolute monstrous claims that the bull run has started. The economy is poor across the world. We've got the Genesis, Gemini, Grayscale stuff yet to happen. I'm not expecting anything imminently when it comes to volatility on price unless the market gets spooked. But ultimately, that I don't believe that we are, off to the races. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you did, mash up that like button, show your appreciation, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And you know what? I'll catch you with the next one. Take care.